This is the spring semester Open Dream Group course at National Chinan University in 2023. And this is the final day where I ask the students what they learned, what they think of the course, and if they can say anything about their dream or someone else's dream, or whether the course like this fits in the university at all. And we start out here with Eric, and go ahead, Eric.
My name is Eric, and
talk louder. Dashang Itian.
And my Chinese name is Rong Xiaoju. And I think this class is very interesting. And I learned the happening in my dream metaphor. And I think it's hard to record my dream. Okay.
Eric, did you record any dream during the course of the class?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
How many were you able to write down? A lot or just a few?
What?
It was hard to record your dreams?
Yeah.
Did you learn anything from doing it, from recording your dreams?
Yeah.
What'd you learn?
Actually, in beginning, I just learned clip of my dream.
You learned what?
Clip.
Clip?
Remember clip of my dream.
You just remembered a piece of your dream?
Yeah. In first time. And after this class, I can remember all dream. Almost. Yes.
Okay. Do you want to say anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay. Okay. And the next person is Chen. Hold on one second, let me. Okay, Chen, would you like to introduce yourself in English and Chinese name?
Hi, my name is Shin, and my Chinese name is Sun Guan. I'm the 4-year student in National Chinan University. I'm studying in banking and finance. In this class, I just realized how different can people's life be. Everyone has their various type of story. By sharing our dreams, we can, our peers can easily get to know ourselves better, and at the same time I acquire the skill to comprehend and analyze myself via dreams.
So how did you analyze yourself by dreams? What's the technique, the method of figuring out what a dream means? Because you had you're into banking and making money, so usually people like you don't take dream courses, but you took one. And how do you go about understanding a dream?
Usually we work with our classmates and to find out the metaphor and how we feel in our dreams, and then we can just keep going.
And did you learn anything in particular from, you did 2 dreams.
Yeah,
You did 2 dreams, and you got the meaning of each one of them, as far as
Yeah,
you did. You found the meaning of each dream.
I just understood that our dream just represent our current status.
Another dream, the dream is not telling you the future, or the past is telling you what's going on now.
Our dreams just telling us who we are.
Now, why do we need to know this? I mean, you know who you are, right, beforehand?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you need to be told you're Chen? But you already know I'm Chen, you know?
Because there are lots of aspects in ourselves, and sometimes it's not easy to get to know yourself by only yourself.
Right. The dreams occur in the REM state. During the various periods of the night when we have a REM state, And there was a recent study that showed that in the REM state, one of the functions of the REM state is the brain will scan the previous day, with just the previous period of time, and find something that happened that changes the construct you have in your mind of the way things are, who I am. So it changes. So who Chen is changes. And the dream catches that. And so each dream has some information you didn't know. Did you find that with your two dreams?
Yeah, that's what I want to say.
Yeah, but I think you said it in a way, I just said it in a different way. Do you want to say anything more? Do you think a course like this belongs in the university?
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of interesting, and it does help students to know themselves.
And how would it be useful to someone in banking?
I don't know. I will find it out someday.
Well, I would think in banking, intuition is very important. What is intuition? Do you know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, tell us what intuition is.
In
It's
Chinese,
banking. In banking.
like your quick decision.
Yeah, quick decision. Yeah. And in other words, intuition, someone who's a banker, there are certain people who are very, very good at this, and they're billionaires now. And these people, they look at something and they see, they get an intuition of a pattern. Before anybody else sees it, they see it first. So they buy the stock, or they invest in this, or they divest that. And it adds up. They get rich quick. So it is useful in banking and everything else. Thank you very much. Anything else you want to say?
No, thank you.
Okay, let me hold on. I've got to adjust the camera each time because I'm not very good at this. Okay. Okay, this is Raymond. Will you tell us your name and your Chinese name and
My name is Raymond. I'm a sophomore, and my Chinese name is Ru. I learned the importance of being honest and open up your heart to face the weakest part of myself.
what's the weakest part of yourself?
My family, the fear of not getting support.
Your family situation. But you knew that, right?
I didn't face it like I did in the past.
Do you want to say anything else?
When I share my dream, I didn't expect to have any clue of the meaning, but at the end, I found out I've been ignoring something important.
And what was that?
The support I didn't get.
And why is it important not to ignore that? It's a difficult situation you're in. You know, this is what dreams do. There's something that we ignore, but the dream doesn't ignore it. So you hit on something important there. That's what dreams do. And that's why we have a dream course at the university. I mean, I went through life ignoring so many things, but I was really good at what I was good at. But in the end, that wasn't enough. Those things mattered. And this is the way life is. Everything matters. And most of us are like a little bit narrow. We try to ignore it just to protect ourselves, you know?
I think I doubt myself too much.
You what? You doubt yourself too much. And the dream helped you in some way? In what way?
For knowing me and others are not starting at the same point. Like they have the same.
Exactly. That's exactly the point. You know, I mean, in my life it was the same like that too. You start, but you're not. It's a race. It's a race in college and life. Everything is a race. But people don't start at the same point. Some people start way out ahead. Their father or mother prepared them, and you have a situation where that didn't happen. Is that true? Or my situation was the same, and just to realize that is important. Just because we don't measure up to what other people can achieve doesn't mean we should doubt ourselves. And this isn't just true for you. This is true for everyone here. And that's the advantage of a dream group, because other people get to look in your situation and see what's true for them. Did anybody else here find the same was true for them when he did his dream? Am I the only one? Well, I did. So, and I think you did a good job with your dream. Anything else you want to say? Okay. And your area, what area are you going into?
Computer science.
Computer science. Is the dream work fit with someone in computer science?
I don't think so.
We'll find a way that it does, you know. Anyway, let me go to the next person. This is Petrix, I think. Thank you very much. Okay, Petrix, hold on, let me adjust it. Okay, Petrix, tell him your name and your Chinese name and your reaction to the course.
Hi, I'm Patrick. My Chinese name is Wu Zhongchen, and I learned from this class is about dream is not just dream. We can do analysis to know the information in it, something like just memory or something to be aware. And I learned this from this class.
In other words, a dream is not just random images. You're saying there's real information in a dream. You know, you're saying this, but do you know that most of the people in the world don't know this? Like they have the sentence like, oh, it was just a dream. Or they'll say to you, if you say something stupid, you're dreaming. You know what I mean? But you say there's information in a dream, and someone before you said that dreams tell the truth. Is there a relation between those two ideas?
No?
There is. Turns out that the information dreams have is the truth, and often we don't have the truth. And in my case, when I was young, I had the wrong information about my past. And it was a dream that showed me the truth of what really happened. The information dreams give us is the truth that we're missing because we're not paying attention or we're too busy with something else. Do you want to say anything else?
No.
Okay, we go to the next person and tell them your name and...
Okay, my name is Justin and my Chinese name is Zhou Yue. I'm studying computer science in sophomore. And before I joined the course, I think dream is hard to do with reality. And after the semester, I think dream has lots of connection with our life and our situation we face. And I think it's cool that we in this course that everybody share the dream and we analyze it. And I think it's very interesting.
Well, it's true. Dreams are not a fantasy. Dreams deal with reality. And it's so hard to understand dreams because we don't. We very often don't live in the reality, our own reality. We're living in some other reality that our parents or our teachers or our society told us. Like over in mainland China, there are almost 1 billion people or more than 1 billion people who are living in the reality of Taiwan is part of China, you know. But that's not real. This place has different stamps, it has a different flag, has a different government, has a democratic government. And that's not just true for China, it's true for every one of us. We have a China too. We have something that's not real, and the dream shows us what's real. You want to say anything more? Okay, we go around here, and hold on a second, let me. Okay, tell us your English and Chinese name and.
Hi, my name is Annie, and my Chinese name is Hong Qianyu. I study in educational policy. Yeah, and this is my first time to have this kind of course. I mean the way of the class, the knowledge, and the feeling. In fact, I'm very sorry in the first class I do a bad example in the first time, and it's because I feel too embarrassed to share my story and about my background, my family, yeah. But after the 16 course and 15 dreams and background stories, I realized that the importance of this kind of group activity. I'm not the only. Because we are a stranger, and so somewhere is easier to speak, and also they have others have their different way to see your problem, to see others' problem. Yes, and I think it's a self-healing way. And during the process, you will realize yourself better and deeper and deeper. Yeah, that's all.
Did you learn anything from the other people's dreams? Because you said you didn't want to share yours, but other people told us. Some of these people we already told us something. They told us, embarrassing things. Did you learn anything from that? Positive.
I think I will keep thinking myself because I dream a lot. So every time when I have a new dream, and I will sharing with my best friend, and she also study in this class, and we will discuss this together. And yeah, but it's not in the class, but we learn a skill here and doing in the other times.
What was that last point? It's not the principle we do here. What did you say? The last thing you said.
I said.
You told us you shared this with a friend who was in this class before.
I seldom share my dream with others before this course, but after the course, I'll try my best to share it with my best friend, and she also studying this course. She also study here, this course, yes, and we if I have a new dream, we will discuss this. I will share this with her, and we will try using the skill in this course to analyze the dream. Yeah, I think in this process I realize myself deeper and deeper.
You have a deeper realization of yourself.
Yes.
And the skill we use in this class is to look at the dream not as an actual fact, but as a metaphor.
Yeah.
And it's a way of thinking, a metaphorical thinking, which is the way the right brain thinks, the larger part of our brain, the more creative part, the more sacred part, the only part that's connected with the holy aspect of reality. You and your friend can start your own group. And also I have an online community of people you can join if you're interested. Just email me. It's free. And there are people who've taken this class who continue to work with their dreams over time. And now they're all over the world. So it's a global thing. Anything else you want to say?
That's all.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's common. It's common for the beginner, you know. Like if you, it's almost like taking your clothes off to tell a dream, especially if you know something about dreams. And but when we were kids, I grew up in Cuba. We used to go to a river and go swimming, and we didn't have bathing suits. We just take our clothes off and go swimming. And so if everybody does it, it's okay. Do you know what I mean? And so it's hard for the beginner person like you. But you, so thank you very much. And you want to tell them your name and everything?
I'm Paul, and my Chinese name is Cai Binghuan. And this class is so fresh for me. Before this class, I never write down or try to remember my dream before, and even trying to explain what does my dream mean. And after this class, I know our dream reflects our deep mind, and maybe I have some problem in my real life, and I also have some bad emotion, and the bad emotion will become something that I don't like it or I don't want to face it, and appear in my dream. Then I just need to analyze what they are, and I just need to analyze my dream step by step. Learning this skill, I can try to help my family or my friend or someone need to help, and I can try to help them to face their problem and fix it. At that, I'm glad to choose this class. When I have some trouble in the future, I wish I can use the skill to solve my problem.
It's people tend to think of that way, but contrary to what most people believe, at least in America, and probably here too, this is not just about solving problems. It's about finding opportunities. In other words, you may have some skill or some aspect that you don't recognize, but it's the very thing that'll make a difference in your life. And with a dream, you can find this out. It has nothing to do with solving problems. And all of us walk through life, we don't have problems. You know, like we think. I mean, if some people here showed they had problems and everything, we do have problems. But what we miss most are the opportunities we have, the strengths we have. Unknown strengths, hidden strengths. And so it's not just about dealing with bad emotions. Emotions per se are bad. It's also about finding good emotions. Finding something you love, what your passion is. And we don't really analyze dreams here. Analyze is, I have some idea, Freudian, Jungian, whatever, some idea. Well, dreams mean this, or dreams mean that, or if you do this, then that means that. And we don't do that here. What we do, we call it dream appreciation. In other words, we let the dream tell us what it's doing. We don't try to look at it to solve problems that we put on the dream. So, I mean, I know you use those words because those are the words everybody uses. But what we do here is a little bit revolutionary. I'm going to go to the next person, okay? And this is Shay, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you want to tell us your name and your Chinese name and anything else you want to say?
My name is Shay. My Chinese name is Zhang Yixuan. And my major is social work. And this class made me focus my mind.
Makes you what?
Focus on my mind.
Focus on my mind?
And my dream. And the dream is meaningful. It showed me, it made me to find myself or the other me.
The other me?
Yes,
What do you mean by the other me?
a deeper me maybe.
The what?
A deeper me or
Well, that's the thing. It's like If you go in the ocean, you find certain kinds of life on the surface. But when you go deeper, you find different kinds of life.
Yes, and it made me find the most of what I want.
And what is that? Could you tell us? It made you find what you most want?
The most what I want.
The most what I want?
Yes.
What,你要说多一点吗?
Maybe like I think I want to money, so
You-
I to find a part-time.
You mean what I most want? The dream shows me what I most want.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the way. Now go ahead about money.
But I noticed that it made me tired, and I don't get the 相应的回报。
Say it louder so people can know. Some people will listen to this who speak Chinese. What did you say, Shang? Say it in Chinese.
就是我去工作，但是我发现我很累，而且我也没有真正获得我想要的东西。
What is she saying?
She doesn't get what she wants.
She what? Speak louder.
She doesn't get what she wants.
Yeah?
Although she worked hard, but she didn't get what she wants.
Although she worked hard, she didn't get what she wants?
Yeah.
I know that feeling. Do you want to say more about that?
Nope.
But that's okay. In the dream class, you don't have to say more. The dreamer is in control, you know? It doesn't matter that other people know. Do you want to say anything more at all about this?
Anyway, I quit my job in the end.
You quit your... Was it connected with a dream? That was connected with a dream, right?
Yes.
You had a certain dream and then you quit your job.
Yeah.
Do you want to say more about that? That's an interesting story. In other words, the dream... This is a function of dreams. It's really not about analysis. But besides what we can learn from the metaphors, a dream speaks directly. It bypasses our intellect and speaks directly to our living essence. This is called priming. It can prime behavior. So she had this dream, and none of us connected it with your job, but you did, because you know. And then you quit your job. That's a beautiful example of this way that dreams work. Dreams work in many ways. It's not one thing or another thing. And there are many different approaches to dreams because of this. Do you want to say anything more?
No.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And thanks for taking this class. And here, hold on. Oh, there you are. Tell us your name and your Chinese name and etc.
Hi, I'm Yan. My Chinese name is Cai Yanchen, and my major is civil engineering.
This what?
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering.
What I learned from this spring group class is facing out to myself.
Say it again.
Facing out to myself.
Facing up to myself.
Yes. Because what appears in my dreams are the problems or something that are often overlooked in my daily life.
In other words, what appears in your dreams are things that are overlooked in daily life. Oh, that's, yeah, go ahead.
And looking into my inner self motivates me to think about what I want to be, and reminding me not to forget who I am. Yes.
Well, this is more important than people realize, not to forget who I am. Because so many of us forget who we are. And even a period of our life, we're going the wrong way. Just imagine a river where all of a sudden the water stopped going downriver and started flowing upriver. It doesn't happen with a river, but it happens with people. So, do you want to say anything more?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And this is Pang. Will you tell us your name and your Chinese name, and you're from another country, so tell us your name in that language and the country and everything.
Hi, my name is Pang. My Chinese name is Penny Jing. And I'm from Malaysia, and my major is history. And,
History.
Yeah, history. And in this lesson, because we learned that dream is like you cannot use like psychology, or you cannot like just Google to find the meaning. That's wrong. Because dream is like, I think that dream is like something that inside deeper you that you don't want to face it. just want to let it go. But dream will let you like just face it and like solve the problem. Yeah. I think that so I learned a lot, and I know that I need to like I cannot just like avoid it. I have to like solve the problem.
So was it a problem you dealt with in your dream? Was it a problem you dealt with in your dream?
Yes.
Do you want to say anything about it? More about what you learned from your dream? I remember you did a good job with your dream. It was a very simple dream.
Yeah, because I think it's very simple dream, but I just every time I know about answer, but I just don't want to like face it and solve it.
Didn't want to face it.
Yeah, I want to face it, but the dream just like bend to my face and say that you have to face it and solve the problem.
Yeah. Now, you say dreams are not psychology. What do you mean by that?
Because every time like when we dream something, and then we will just like Google and like such as I dream like I fall down, and then I will just like Google that what meaning of that when I fall down in my dream, and then we just find Google, and then I say, oh, well, that's the meaning.
Why is that wrong?
Because everyone deeper inside is different. We cannot like just one meaning that can define everyone.
Exactly, like the image of, let's say, falling down or whatever, the image depends on the experience of the person. And every person has different experience, and in their mind, the picture language, the metaphor language is different. They have their unique metaphor language. So one person may dream of a horse and be afraid because they're afraid of big animals. You know, it's terrible. And another person may dream of a horse and feel sexy. Oh, a horse, the way the body moves and runs. And each person is different. And so the dreamer herself is the only one that can know what it means. And you don't Google it because it'd be like Googling, what should I specialize in when I graduate? Or what kind of history should I do, Google? The Google can't tell you that. Only you can tell you. Is your passion maybe for East Asian history or North American history? Who knows? That's what guides you. And the dream is that kind of thing. It's not what other people say. Yeah, very, very good. Anything else you want to say?
Because I once become the lead the dream group, and I think that it's very hard to use questions to guide someone to get the answer. I think that's very hard.
Well, you were actually a dream group leader. You're one of the only two people did it. Other people were good, but they didn't want to do it. And you led a dream group. And so you learned something. It is very hard to ask the questions. And that's the whole skill, is to ask the right questions. It's not to, when I first started with dreams, I had an intuitive understanding of dreams. So people from all over New York would call me up, Bill, I dreamed, blah, blah, blah. What does that mean? And I would just give them like a reading, like a psychic reading or something, you know. But I mean, I would never in a million years do that after I became proficient at the Ullman process, you know. It's a whole different thing. And so the questions, it's the dreamer, only the dreamer. Now, whose dream did you do when you did this? And do you want to say anything about what she did with your dream? Did she do a good job with your dream? Yes. She did a very good job, I think. You did a very good job. Okay. Can I go to the next person? Now, it so happens the next person also led a dream group. These are the two who led dream groups.
Hello, I'm Yuki. My Chinese name is Lai Qingyu, and I'm majoring in counseling psychology.
Counseling psychology.
Yes, counseling psychology. And I think I learned in this class is the dream is a way to learn unconsciousness.
It's a way to what?
Unconsciousness.
To learn unconsciousness? To what?
The dream is a way to the unconscious.
The dream is a way to the unconscious. Sigmund Freud said the dream is the royal road to the unconscious, the highway, the superhighway to the unconscious.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
so it is true what you say.
Yes,
Go ahead.
I think consciousness has many resources about ourselves, so it's really good to find it out.
Exactly. The conscious mind is small, very small. It really can't remember. I think it can remember 7 things or something. I'm not sure. I forgot. But the unconscious mind is vast.
Yes.
It knows all kinds of things. It knows all kinds of things about you and your ability as a psychological counselor, your strength, your power, your sensitivity. And there's so much it can give you. And do you want to say anything more about? Go ahead.
Oh, and I also learned how to leading the dream group. And I think the best question to guide the dreamer is, do you want to say anything more and just let dreamers unconscious or their feelings out? Exactly.
Instead of, and Montague Ellman called that a general fishing question. I don't ask you what color was your dog. Which is stupid. That only deals with your dog. But do you care to say anything more? They may talk about their grandmother or something else.
Yes.
So it's what the important thing is, that what happens is in this class is what the dreamer wants.
Yes.
That's the important thing, and that's the information the dreamer is looking for. That you can guide them by asking questions. And so you're right. That is the perfect kind of question. Did you find that too, Pang? You find the same thing? Yeah. It's very. Anything else you want to say?
Yes, I also learned about myself in my dream. Because my dream let me know I am a person who will doubt myself. And
You will do what to yourself?
doubt to myself.
Self?
Doubt. D-O-U-B-T. Doubt.
C-O-U-B-T?
D. Doubt. Doubt.
How do you spell it?
D-O-U-B-T.
C-O-U-B-T?
D.
What?
D.
Doubt.
Yes, yes.
You're a person who will doubt yourself. D-O.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And dream give me an image and that I will clearly know I am the person who will doubt myself.
You know, it's good to doubt yourself a little bit. You're not to be so arrogant. But you know, I think that's a big lesson, not to doubt ourselves. Especially not to doubt our deep instincts, the things we know, the things we care about. And to have faith in ourselves. People always tell you, oh, have faith in God, have faith in Jesus, have faith in Buddha. What that means in English is have faith in yourself. Because the Jesus that is, the Buddha that is, the God that is inside ourselves, operates in us. It's just like we are inside our finger. What our finger does, we're doing. You know what I mean? And so that larger thing works through us. We're so much more than we think. It's so important to believe in yourself. And your dream gave you that?
Led me to think about that.
Made you realize how much you doubt yourself.
Oh, yes.
And then when that happens, then you begin to think, well, gee, can I believe in myself? And then you look at the environment, gee, well, I can. Maybe I can, you know. That's learning. That's something so important to learn at the university.
Because my boyfriend told me I will doubt myself, but I don't believe him.
He told you you were what?
He saw I am doubt myself, but I don't
What's the
believe
word? Resolve? Myself?
Doubt.
Stop?
Doubt.
Doubt.
Yes.
Say doubt.
Doubt. Yes.
English is funny. You've got to pronounce the consonants. D and T. Doubt. Go ahead. Your boyfriend told her that you doubt yourself.
But I don't believe him.
Oh, you don't believe you doubt yourself?
Yes, but through my dream, I believe that.
Oh, you see that he saw something real in you.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, so often it's other people, especially people close to us, who can see something real in us that we don't see ourselves. Did you learn something in this course?
That's what I learned. I just told.
Yeah. Is that important to you?
I think it's very important.
You know, you can't teach that in a course. Can you imagine? Your major is counseling psychology?
Yes.
I doubt anybody in that field would teach you, don't doubt yourself. And if someone else tells you, if I told you that, like your boyfriend told you, you thought, no, that's not true. But when your dream told you, boom, gee, maybe it's true. You know, I think you did a good job leading the group and in the course. Do you want to say anything more? Okay, well, thank you for taking this course. I'm hoping you and Pang will both, maybe one of you or both of you will come into the online group and meet people from around the world who are doing this. If you're good at it, the only way to get better is to keep doing it. Okay, let's go to the next person. And here, hold on a second. Let me look up the pronunciation. You could tell us your name. And also tell us where you're from. Now, you didn't tell us where you're from. Do you want to tell us where you're from? Yuki.
Oh, I'm from Taiwan.
You're from Taiwan?
Yes.
Okay, good. But you're not from Taiwan.
I'm from Malaysia.
So you're from Malaysia. Go
My
ahead.
name is Jing Yuan. My Chinese name is Yang Jing Yuan. My major is international business. I took this class to get to know myself. When I sharing my dreams, I learn to be brave and understand myself better.
And what did you understand about yourself? You want to share that with people?
Maybe I love my family, then I want to cherish what I have now.
Yeah, your dreams, you had two dreams, and both dreams, one was about your sister, your younger sister, I think, and the other was about your grandmother, I think. And you're very concerned about your family. Now, this is an example of what I said, when a dream shows you your good points. That's a good point. That shows the kind of person you are. You're a caring person, a person who relishes an intimate situation like a family. If anybody ever tells you you're no good, you can say to them, I am good. You know, I love my family. So, thank you very much. And this here is your friend. Hold on, and tell us your name. You have a new haircut, it's very pretty. Your name and your Chinese name and where you're from and everything.
My name is Stimson. I'm from Malaysia, and my major is social policy and social work. And this class is very special for me because this class is a sharing and communicate class. It's different than others. And by listening to others sharing their dreams, I learned that dreams are very diverse and
Dreams are very diverse. That's a beautiful, someone has said that before. People are very diverse too, you know. Go ahead.
and everyone's dreams experience is unique.
It's unique.
Yeah.
This is really true. And you can't take a formula and put the formula on the person. Here, you're this, you're that, you know. Everyone is unique. This is a beautiful thing to know also. Anything else you want to say?
That's all.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now we come around this side. Caroline?
My name is Caroline and my country is Lily. And my major is international business study. And from this class I get to know many people and their unique dream. And also I feel blessed to get into this class because I also can get new perspective from people and also relate to some of them their dream. And also I learned one of the dream that give the most deep impression to me, the dream about getting trapped in the castle, about the most place that you feel that the place that you feel the safest place is actually maybe not the safest place for you.
That's interesting. In other words, you're saying the safest place could be the most dangerous place.
Yeah.
Whose dream was that about trapped in a castle? It was your dream.
Because I also feel that way, that if you get too comfortable with your situation now and you don't want to try something new or try to do something, you cannot grow. You just stay the way you are and you cannot change.
You want to change?
Yeah.
Like a tree, a little tree. It's a little seedling and it keeps growing. doesn't say, okay, I'm 2 feet tall, this is me. No, it's going to be 200 feet tall when it's finished. Did her dream about the castle affect you at all?
Yes. I mean, I just like I'm starting to try and searching for what I want and searching for something new.
It's what you said. Well, you said in this dream I got to know many people, get many new perspectives. But this is an example that someone else's inner story, like the dream about the castle, can give you insight into yourself. In a sense, it's like we're all parts and branches of a tree, and down at the trunk of the tree, it's the same. We're the same. So other people, when they're dreaming their way into greater wisdom, if we're there and we get to be part of it, that wisdom gets shared. And so people's dreams affect each other. We affect each other in the deepest part of us much more than on the surface. Do you want to say anything more? Okay, thank you very much. And the next one is, hold on, I've got to fix the camera again. Different people have different heights and shapes, and so I have to keep suggesting it. Okay, tell us who you are, your name, Chinese name, English name.
Hello, my name is Stimson. My Chinese name is Botch. I study in international business. What I learned from this class is, after coming this class, I become know that dream is not a fiction of image that play in our head.
Fiction, you said?
Because before coming to the class, I thought dream only random image that play in our head. Also, this class is really interesting because I got to listen to many people's perspective about life situation. Also learn something from people dreams. And overall, that's all.
There you are. Say something else, because I had it on the wrong person, the camera. Shift it over. So, where are you from?
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Are you from Indonesia too? Okay. And thank you. And here's, tell me your name and.
Hello, my name is Albert, and my Chinese name is Kauki, and my major is international business, and I'm from Indonesia. And the first one I want to say, like, this class is so interesting because before I take this class, I think like the dream is really like what you imagination or what you think before you go to sleep, but definitely that is wrong. Because what I got all of the people sharing the story is have the backstory in their real life.
So say that again. The accent gets me. I'm not good with the Malaysian accent. Just say it again. Let me see. Let me say something responsible. Now the dream is imagination, but the dream is a part of us that can take the facts that we don't see, a little piece here, a little piece there, and it can imagine creatively how they fit together, and then it can give us the picture of the truth. And we can't see it because we can't fit the pieces together, but the dream can. It has that power. Young conscious has that power that we don't have because it can think in terms of metaphor. And the dream is connected with what we think before we go to sleep. Because what we think, then we go to sleep, and that same issue sort of drops down deeper to us. And our dream presents its version, which is different. And that's what we learn by comparing a waking version of reality with the dream's different version. And actually we learn because the dream is always right, it's always true. Anyway, go ahead. I interrupted you. And
I think that's all.
That's all?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And then, hold on, okay.
I'm
I'm Gina, and I'm a senior. I major in electric engineering. And in
What kind of engineering? Electric engineering. Well,
And in this class, people who share their dreams also share a glimpses of their life. And that makes me realize that everyone has their own problem and struggle in their life to solve. And
talk loud because someone's drilling something somewhere.
so I should repeat that.
What? No, it's okay. Just continue, but talk louder because someone's doing some kind of construction here.
Okay. And it makes me realize that,
Maybe slip your mask down and talk louder.
no.
Okay, we'll talk louder then. Da Sheng Itian.
It makes me realize that I should stop complaining about my life, about being unfair or something else. And that's,
Complaining about your life,
yeah,
being unfair.
yeah,
And this class made you think you should stop doing that?
yeah.
Why? What in the class?
Because everyone has their own struggle.
Exactly. If we can complain about our life, everybody has their own story and we don't know it. We don't know what they're struggling with. I had a dream group class once where there was someone in that class that was really bad in the dream group. They really did a bad job. And then right at the very last day, that person shared a dream. And when that person's story came out, it just made me realize what that person was going through. And it made me really respect that person and realize that I've been blind to that person's strength. So that's exactly true. So let's try to finish up before that machine gets any louder. Okay, tell us.
My name is Alicia and my Chinese name is Chen Yixin. I'm from Indonesia, and taking this class, I learned that every people's is different. And before joining these dreams, I think the dreams is image of the past and the future of our life. Maybe, but after joining this class, I learned that dreams is actually like from the current situations of our life.
The dream pictures the current situation in our life.
Yeah.
That's exactly what a dream does. It's not doing any hocus pocus, any fancy stuff. You know, it's people. An ancient Hebrew said that the dream is like a letter from God. A dream unanalyzed is like a person who doesn't even open the letter. Well, that's one way to say it, but the way you said it is just as real. A dream is telling us the actual situation in our life, you know.
That's all.
Do you want to say more?
No, that's all.
Okay, and this is the last person, Natasha.
Yes, I'm Natasha, and my Chinese name is Stimson, and I'm majoring in economics. I always dream a lot, so I choose this course, and I tried to share my dreams a few weeks ago. I tried to record my dreams before when I was a kid, but I didn't try to analyze it. And Dr. Bill told us to do this. And it made me realize something I think I'm over, but I didn't. So I try to fix it.
Fix what?
Fix about something I still care about. But
You feel you care about?
yes, but I didn't know before.
But so I have it here, you didn't find the meaning of your dream.
I think I did.
I think you said something like that afterwards, you got an idea. You know, you attended exactly as many classes as you missed. So you missed half of all the classes. Half. What is that, Ibanga? Anyway, what did you learn from this course?
I think the
skill of analyze my dream.
And what is the skill? What is the secret? How do you do it?
Write down my feeling and try to think about things and what is meant for it. And
Metaphor for what?
for everything in my dream.
Everything in the dream is a metaphor. And so if you can figure out what it's a metaphor for and compare it with your life, fit the same pattern, it's a pretty good bet what the dream is telling you. You can figure out yourself. You don't need a teacher. This is the thing about dreams. You don't need a teacher or an expert. You can do this yourself. This work you can do yourself with your friends, like someone here does with a friend. So, do you want to say anything more?
Well, I think that's all.
Okay. So let me close down this apparatus here. Not sure if any sound will come out with all this. Okay.